Hi, friends. Welcome back to Oakledge Finances. My name is Stephanie. My husband and I have 6 kids, homeschool, and live in New England. Today, I wanted to take you along with me as I wrap up our February budget and show you how I use YNAB to sort of tidy everything up before we roll over into the new month. So, here you can see we are in the month of February. And I'm one of those people who does not roll any extra money because we are actually a month ahead. I don't roll it over into the next month. You can see if I click into February, we don't have anything assigned in March. We don't have anything assigned in March yet. That's because I use a holding spot or a holding category group. I just call it next month. And so you can see all the different ways money has come in. What you don't see is our actual income that my husband earns because he's not comfortable with that information being out there on the internet, and I'm respecting that. So I have a special view called YouTube. It has everything except for our actual income and our giving, what we give to our church each month. So, but everything else is as you see. All right, so we will be dealing with all of this in the next month, tomorrow, when we roll into the first. We also don't need to do anything with giving because I know there's nothing. We've already given to these two organizations, and we just have our spontaneous donations, and that just sits there until something comes up. Maybe a friend's kid is doing a fundraiser for school or something like that, or we come across an organization we want to donate to, so we just put a little bit in each month. But as you can see, we didn't have any spontaneous donations this month, so we'll just close that up. And I can open these up, expand them, and we'll just click through. All right, groceries. You can see that unfortunately we went over budget by $10.05, which is very frustrating. It is what it is. If you watched my last video, you know that I am trying to reduce our grocery spending by 10%. So I'm trying to take it from $800 a month down to $720 a month, and I'm feeding 8 people. 6 of us are 16 years old and older, and 2 are grown young men. So we are going through groceries a lot, and I have not fully implemented the challenge. I will start that in March, so we'll see. We'll see if I can do it. I'm hoping to reduce that so I can use the money for travel, but it's definitely a challenge, especially when I'm spending $30 for 5 dozen eggs. That's bonkers. Anyway, when I have overspending like this, I like to take care of it. I like to cover it from the category group that it's in. So I try to find other things within the group to cover it. You can see we had $2.01 left over in our household toiletries. So I'll just move that up to our grocery money. And I still need $8.04. I can cover that from the gas because we only had $125 for gas. Yeah, so we had money left over for gas. You can see we only filled up the truck once and the car once. We own a pickup truck and a small car. So February was a fairly low travel. We didn't go a whole lot because it was so stinking cold. So we mostly stayed at home as much as possible. The kids and I, obviously, my husband goes into work 2 days a week and works from home 3 days a week. So that helped. So we've got that covered. This is yellow, but as of tomorrow, once we roll into the first, those will, this one will turn gray and this one will turn green again, and we will budget everything out. I will fully fund everything on the 1st for March. So you can see we are zeroed out in everything else. Our electric bill went bananas for this past month. 355. Typically we do 200. You can see that I have a target of $200, so I had to cover that earlier in the month. Yeah, not sure why that shot up so much, other than it's been really cold. So we've been running some space heaters in the early mornings whenever we get up and we're moving around. And then we have a little bit left over in our propane, which is primarily how we heat. So everything else is zeroed out, as it should, because those are monthly. This is my monthly needs. Not much varies. They're pretty set. This is our non-monthly stuff, and nothing in here. Oh, that's not true. Our property taxes. We paid our property taxes this month. So that's quarterly. I ended our escrow earlier in February or January. I ended the escrow, so now we're responsible for paying the property taxes. And this came out, I have it set up as an auto draft with our town. And so it came out, and looks like it left 25 cents, which, haha, yay for that. I can just roll that on down into our adventures, a whole whopping 25 cents. But it would seem that I don't have our target set up quite right. We might just end up with 25 cents every time. I don't know. Or I could change our target. Let's see. What do I have the target set at? That's why. 672. It's because I wanted round numbers. I didn't want any change hanging out there. That's why. I'd rather just move the 25 cents at the end of the month than to see the bits. I know, because I'm just weird that way. Nothing else came out for this month, and I don't touch any of these numbers because I need it to pile up. Yeah. Some of these don't come out till the end of the year. So those just sit there. They're waiting. We add in a little bit every month. And then our needs, bits and bobs, those are all random. House maintenance, we need to do some repairs. So this is a big savings. We're piling up a bunch of money there because we need to do some major repairs around our windows. Our house is about 35 years old. Yeah, 35. It was built in 1990. So it's 35 years old, and it has some maintenance and some repairs that needs to happen. Same with our car. That's waiting to be done when it's a little bit warmer. We bought some clothes. I'm trying to remember, what did I buy in clothes this month? Bought some slippers. Not sure. Maybe some shirts or something. Not much. My 16-year-old needs to go shopping for clothes once again because my boys can't stay in clothes because they just keep growing and growing and growing. And so everything else is just sitting there waiting till we need it. These are mostly sinking funds. And then just the two of us. You can see I made some big purchases. I bought a new mic. So hopefully the audio is much better in this one than it was in the last one. and a rug and a bag, and it was like Christmas for me. My husband didn't spend anything because he spent all of his in January. So he's letting money pile up. You can see we did not get out for a date either. Um, Again, it's just been so cold. Pretty much the whole month, except for yesterday and today, has been below freezing. Nobody wants to go anywhere or do anything when it's that cold outside. So these others are just sinking funds sitting there waiting until we can spend it. Extracurricular. What did I spend $10 on? Oh, this is the Cobra Patrol. We had a scout event, and so my husband, the scoutmasters call their group the Cobra Patrol, and so he had to buy some food to take to that. And my younger two boys use teaching textbooks for their math curriculum, and so they finished their previous curriculum, and we just rolled right. I mean, it's only February, so we just rolled right into the next one, and it's an online thing, and so I paid for that. We didn't do any adventure days or field trips again because it's so ridiculous cold. And then the classes, I use a sinking fund so that I can pay for their classes in the fall. Right now, two of my boys, the 16-year-old is taking 2 classes outside of our house, and my 11-year-old is taking a class, but that'll all change. We're paid up for the year, for this school year, and so that'll just sit there and wait for the fall. And then family fun. We didn't do anything. It's been a month. I mean, it just kept snowing. So we did go sledding. We did a few fun things. We did sledding over at the dunes, which is free. It's just an empty sand dunes. And so everybody, the community goes out there and sleds. We had a good time with that. And the boys played outside in the snow here at the house. We did have a birthday, and we're doing $50 a month. Not a month. We're doing $50 for our family, immediate family, for birthday presents, and that has not come out yet. I need to take care of that. And then we're saving up for Christmas and gifts to other people. So not much happened there. Not much happened for our travel. We haven't traveled yet, but I did buy, you can see we bought some plane tickets for 4 of us, and a friend is going to go with us, and we're going to stay at a VRBO. And the VRBO required us to use the insurance that they had. Either that, or I either had to pay $59 for insurance, or I had to put down a $1,500 deposit, which I didn't want to have $1,500. That was craziness, sitting there for a whole month. Because we're not doing this trip till April. So those are sitting there. So actually, I can go ahead and cover this with our 2025 adventures money, and that will zero us out, and we still have $1,000 left over, which will be okay because I know we have the money sitting, waiting, and tomorrow, whenever I assign everything, that'll get taken care of. And then I also need to book some hotels for our South Carolina trip that's coming up in March. And that's that. So I need to move more money into the credit card, but that'll take care of tomorrow. And we didn't have anything for our emergency fund. It's just sitting there. No progress on any of the goals. They're just sitting there waiting. So that was a pretty straightforward, pretty easy end of the month wrap up for February, mainly because I have our targets pretty well fine tuned, and I try really hard not to go over. Because if I go over, then that means I have to pull out of fund money to cover it. And I don't want to pull out of fund money or emergency money. So that's our February wrap up. Let me know down in the comments, do you use YNAB? I love YNAB. YNAB completely changed managing our finances for me. I've been using YNAB for about a year and a half. And if you want to try out YNAB, you can get a free subscription for 34 days so that you can do like a whole month of expenses. And if you, at the end of 34 days, you decide you want to use it and you sign up with the link, with my referral link, then I get a free month. So it's a win-win. You get actually 2 free months and I get 1 free month. So I'll put that link in the description, and let me know, do you use YNAB? Do you do an end of the month wrap up, or do you just do it as the month unfolds? So this has been fun, and I hope it's helpful to all of you, and I will talk to you soon whenever I do my assigning for the month. Bye.